Hello and welcome to Lab's presentation of website guidelines. My name is Alex. I'm the Creative Director of Lab Visual Communication. Lab is a creative studio whose main purpose is to create custom websites. Our areas of expertise and education combine into an effective marketing force when it comes to custom website creation, giving our clients the best online presence we can. On the web, you only get one chance to entice your potential clients. Almost all new customers will check you out on the web before doing business with you, and that's where we come in. That first impression is the one we can help with. Lab has about 120 guidelines when we analyse or build a website. Not all are relevant to every site we do, as different sites have different purposes, but there are at least 5 that we stress are crucial to your front page. These are all things that you can adjust yourself. The most important single factor we start any project with is the site's purpose. Your site must communicate this purpose as clearly as possible. How disorientating would it be if you walked into a store with no signage, no receptionist, you don't know what they do, sell, or help you with? It would be a useless venture, and if it's something you especially don't want, it's not going to be beneficial. The same is true for your website and homepage. Internet users Google what they're after. They follow links from one website to another, or type your URL into a browser to find out what you do. You have a limited time to attract them to what you offer. If you miss this small window of opportunity, you do not get a second chance. How big is this window? You have 6 seconds to intrigue this visitor and keep them reading around. This is why you need such a good emphasis on the site's purpose. If your site isn't what they are after, they will look elsewhere, but if it is what they're after, you can catch them. This site is a good example for the next section. Taglines are a very effective way of saying what you do in a small amount of words that can be clearly noticeable. It's easy to read and prominent on your site, and usually summarizes your company in a few short and readable words. Emphasize the highest priority items you wish to communicate to your website visitors so that they become potential clients. By having a clear starting point like this, they know where they should be clicking, and if you get them to click, you've won half the battle already. On this example, we have a few priorities, the main one being the services they offer in the middle of the screen. The next 2 things that draw the eye are the logo and the phone number. The phone number says "Talk to someone now," a direct call to action, instructing the visitor that if they need something really fast, they can call someone. Each has a certain order of the way things should be noticed, and the eye follows it accordingly. The next thing I'm going to explain is navigation. Your homepage is like a hospital lobby. The lobby is where people enter and are directed where to go. It prioritizes the emergency ward and the birth center, as these are the most crucial locations needed, but it also shows you where the other sections are. The navigation must be clear and concise. However it's situated, it should be consistent throughout your site and easy to read at all times. This is how people drive around your website. You don't want them driving at night with the headlights off. The menu or tabs need to be free from obstructions and in priority order. There are also tricks to making sure that Google can read your menu. If laid out incorrectly, most of the subtitles cannot be found. Content writing is a very critical aspect. It has to entice your audience, be appropriate for your target market, and be relevant to your page. There can't be too much and can't be too little. It has to be geared for search engines and has to make sense. Most small businesses decide to write the content themselves, cutting costs, which is fine, but may not do all the things the proper copy is supposed to do. One of our main focuses is making sure the copy is good for scannability. Most internet users scan blocks of text trying to find what they are after. We make sure certain keywords are well placed and possibly prioritized to capture interest. This can be as simple as rearranging text supplied to make sure your text has a maximum impact, even if you've written it yourself. Some simple things about copy to not make your website look unprofessional. If all of your titles are lowercase, keep them all lowercase. If they're all uppercase, keep them uppercase. It's important to keep the styles consistent, otherwise viewers will read into it differently or think you've made mistakes. Make sure there are no spelling mistakes. Please do this, because if I find a spelling mistake, I close the website and find something else. And I'm not the only one. So please check, recheck, and get other people to check for spelling mistakes. The other part of this guideline is revealing content through examples. This basically means showing snippets of information that readers don't have to scan through, as it's a small amount of text that they actually read. Another good thing about it is that you can have several snippets, all with their own purpose. We don't do usually more than 6, as it gives the viewer too much to look at. These examples help navigate. Content immediately communicates with your visitor, telling them what your site is all about, showing them where they can go. It provides something to click on, which is important for Google. The specifics in this small snippet are more interesting than generalities. It provides direct information, not a long-winded paragraph about the product, just the main selling information, which provides something concrete instead of abstract. In this example, you can see 2 sections down the bottom, catering and menu, both high priority money makers for this business. The snippets are short and concise, and you can click to find out more. The last guideline I'm going to speak about is graphics, colour and layout, another very important part of web design. Design seems irrelevant to people that don't understand what it is or does. Design is everywhere you look, directing people what to buy, what to do, and influencing them. This is done through shape, colours and layout. If you know what you're doing, design and colour can be a very powerful thing. Knowing what colours to use is a minor change that you can make with a difference. Colours have different meanings in different situations, different psychographics and demographics. We do a lot of colour research, making sure that we get it right. Shapes direct people around, and if used properly, you point them exactly where you want them to click. Layout refers to your target market and what to prioritise, putting the most important things to the most readable positions, keeping it clear and simple. Photos work the best when they are identifiable. If you sell raincoats, showing just the raincoat on a mannequin in a photo will never work as well as a human being wearing it. People identify with other people. Also make sure the images are nice and bright, either professional photos or stock images. If you saw photos that are obviously taken at someone's house on a website, would you buy from it? Would you trust it? Images that are scaled up get pixelated. Having pixelated images is obviously unprofessional. They are either stolen from the internet or your designer doesn't know what he is doing. This is one I see on a regular basis, and when I ask where they get it from, most of them say that I found it on the internet. This is also a copyright issue, as most of these emblems have been made by someone and are being sold somewhere, and if you didn't buy it, it's probably not legal. The last thing we check for is contrasted text. Having text the same colour as your background isn't a smart idea. Having it even close to the same colour is still not a smart idea. Would you want to squint and move closer just to read the text on someone else's website? It makes everything that much harder, and Google doesn't like it. So these are just some of the guidelines we follow. They are by far the most important, and hopefully it will make a difference for you with your own websites. At Lab we offer consultations. We ask you a few quick questions and then analyse your site. We go through all of our guidelines and provide a report detailing what we looked at and how to fix it. If you'd like more info, please check out our website at www.labbc.com.au.